All rise for AR Wrestling as we give you this week's review on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown. We hope you all will enjoy, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All rise, bitches!
All rise for El Campeon
Let's get
as he
it.
goes into his match on Saturday. Or he went into his match on Saturday. We will go over that next episode, but we're going to act like we don't know what the fuck's going on. So, Chad Cable re-signed this week, and he's really happy with what's going on with his push and everything. I was watching a video today, and basically it kind of just covered how Gable's happy with it. I mean, he's heard all the mumbo jumbo before, but now that he's actually seen it from Triple H himself, he's actually really happy that this is what's going on with his career right now.
Oh yeah, Triple H said he wants Chad Gable in WWE for life.
Oh God!
And hell yeah, I like Chad Gable.
This whole angle he's doing with Otis and the Alpha Academy and Sammy is just honestly, I know it's like a mid-card feud, but it is a top feud right now for me.
It's the best work I think he's done in his career. I think.
Oh yeah, easily. I have to agree with that, even if it's
sucks,
true
but
or
he's
not.
good at it.
Gable sucks. I mean, it's like Kurt Angle when you get the Angle sucks. It's when he's really started peaking.
You think?
But let's just kick it right into Raw. As of right now, as of recording this, Ricochet's last Raw was this past Monday Night Raw, and I'm sad to see him go. We don't know where he's going to go. I mean, he could come back, to be honest, because he could run this whole storyline thing with Braun Breaker, how Braun put him out of action. But I think on Monday, it was when that was when they wrote him off TV.
I think that's fair to say, especially with what happened to him later on the show. Got killed.
He did get killed, and we'll get into that. RIP to the boy himself. But let's just open up Raw. McIntyre had a promo, and as soon as he starts talking, these CM Punk chants erupt, just act like immediately, like no chance. And so he basically is talking about how he's not focused on anything else except for Clash at the Castle. Basically, him becoming champion, and he looks forward to the match with Damian, except the only thing he hates about fighting Damian is when the Judgment Day follows shortly behind him. And as soon as that is said, Damian and Finn Balor and JD McDonough all come out. But my more important question to all of this, where the fuck is Dominic Mysterio? Where the fuck is he? I need to know. We'll get into more about what's going on with him later, but where the fuck is he in this segment? I think he's with Liv, to be honest. But as the promo opens, from Drew, he goes, Drew, you got your shot and you're still making excuses. But now that he's bringing, basically all the people that Damian loves into this, he's now made it personal. And basically, as well, they all held gold for 440 plus days at this point. And if Damian loses on Saturday, he's fucked. But he basically was saying that this is his title. It's not the Judgment Day's title. It's only Damian's because Damian put in the work. And as much as he loves the Judgment Day, he doesn't need him to be champ because he's Damian, motherfucking priest.
He's El Campeon.
He's El Campeon. Drew, real life, does not give a damn at all. Basically, he goes, the only chance you have a shot is because of these idiots, pointing at, Balor and McDonough. And so Damian pitches the main event for the night, Balor versus McIntyre. And if Balor wins, Damian wants Judgment Day ringside. But if Drew wins, the Judgment Day is barred from ringside. And basically Drew said that Damian is digging his own grave with his proposal and that he accepts his challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see.
Balor versus McIntyre, especially after it was promised to us in the King of the Ring tournament and got taken away from us because Drew was deemed unclear.
Yeah.
Fuck, yes. Take that any day of the week.
Agreed. But speaking of the more I'm more invested in Judgment Day is Dominic. Michael Cole would bring up Dom and Liv drama, and the video from last week's promo and match would be shown. And we cut from that. We go to the Judgment Day locker room, and Liv is in there. And she wants to see Dom, and she thinks, and basically she thinks that he wants to see her later. And she goes, Liv thinks Dom shouldn't be with the woman who makes him call her mommy. She thinks he should be with the girl who isn't afraid to call him daddy. And I was like, time the fuck out. Time out, Dom. You cannot fold. Dom, you can't not fold.
By God. I don't think that's PG.
It's not PG. Dom, please don't fold. But Liv would slip a hotel room key in Dom's waistband, and it would cut back, and Pat McAfee would go, Daddy Dom?
No.
If we saw Daddy Dom.
If a Daddy Dom shirt ever gets made, I'm gonna quit. Period. Just quit. Everything.
Dude, I'm so upset that Dom could be falling for her. I don't want this shit to happen.
Not fair, y'all. It's not fair.
Fair.
This is some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
But then we would go to a backstage segment with Braun Strowman and the LWO talking about their match later, basically kind of just, they were there. It was basically commentary just talking over them. But we moved to our first match of the night. Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. Io's she's been pissed for weeks because Damage Control hasn't been themselves. And so basically Io goes crazy to start and pins Lyra by stepping on her braids. And Lyra would tie up Io in a crazy submission, like that crazy swinging submission she has, until she would basically let go of Io to attempt a pinfall. Io would catch Lyra when she tries to dive through the ropes and hit a moonsault to Lyra on the outside of the ring before we hit to commercial. But after we got back to commercial, Lyra starts fighting back with a missile dropkick and a fisherman suplex. Io would then lift Lyra up and hit a nasty backbreaker and attempt an over the moonsault, but Lyra rolls away and lifts Io up for the Nightwing, but Io was able to wiggle out, letting Lyra basically attempt a surprise pin like it was their last match, but Io was able to kick out. And Lyra would hit Io with the Nightwing next to the ropes, but Dakota Kai would pull Lyra off the pin, and Lyra starts fighting Damage Control, takes him out with the dive. But that would distract Lyra long enough for Io to hit a Meteora and attempt another over the moonsault. But Lyra would end up getting her legs up and got Io with a tornado DDT. Lyra would lift Io up for a Nightwing, but Io pulled her by the hair and rolled her up for the win, giving Io the win. I like it.
This was a fun match.
This was a good match. It was a great way to kick off Raw with the wrestling matches. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I like. It gave Io her win back against Lyra, so now it sets up room for round 3 at some point. That can potentially even be a pay-per-view match as the grudge
honestly,
match.
It could be like Money in the Bank. I wouldn't push it as far as SummerSlam, but I'd do like Money in the Bank, honestly.
Yeah, I could see them doing a singles match on the undercard for Money in the Bank between those two.
Mm-hmm. I think, but no, wait, Lyra's in Money in the Bank.
Potentially, she hasn't qualified for it yet.
No,
I assume she will.
Is. Maybe. I don't know.
They haven't had qualifier matches yet. Those start on Monday tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Io would then. Wait, yeah.
Go ahead. I'll finish what I was.
No, you're right. They're on Monday. I forgot. They're on next.
At least I hope so, because I really hope they're not doing the thing that they always do, where some people are allowed to say, I'm in the match, and now they're in the match, and other people have to actually qualify. I hope everybody has to qualify this time, because I think that's just a more balanced way of telling the story of who's getting into Money in the Bank.
Oh, agree, yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. That's just how I stand on it.
Let me go back to where... Wait, didn't we talk last week, though, about Jay already putting himself in the Money in the Bank? Yeah.
He said he's going to climb the ladder and win the briefcase, but so did Kaiser, but they also haven't officially... WWE hasn't officially said that they're in the matches yet. The only thing that they've said about the Money in the Bank matches is that the qualifying matches start tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Jay and Lyra both last week said that they declared for the Money in the Bank. So is that... I mean...
I don't know. Based on what I'm believing is what they're doing right now is that's them saying that they're gonna essentially say that they're getting an easy qualifying match and they're getting in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they're announcing themselves for the qualifiers for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to earn that opportunity.
It's like because Naomi even did it on SmackDown too.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know that.
at least what I would want to see.
But yeah, so we'd see EO basically said that Damage could only get back to their basics, and Dakota would pull Lyra's hair down, allowing EO to kick out from part of the match. I would also see like EO pulls her into the roll up. Kyrie and Dakota would attack Valkyria after the match, but EO also ran in the ring and goes absolutely ape shit on Lyra. Just starts going in and then the party of the summer, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance will come to save her, setting up what I think might be a 3v3 for this coming Raw.
Hell yeah. Throw more, especially if those two, Kaden Chance and Carter, are getting on there. Or Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, sorry, are getting on TV more. Because I think we mentioned it literally like last episode. Like we both wanted to see them like back on TV, get put maybe back in the tag title scene.
Yeah, I like them on TV. Like they give something different. I know it's not, they're actually saying shit, but like they bring something different to the tag division.
They're really good in matches too.
That's what I'm saying. Like
basically they've just been bumped to the jobber status, and they need to get back up to where they were with the tag titles.
Exactly. Like they were former champions at one point. Like what the fuck, y'all?
I think
they were transitional champions, but
they're still champs. You gotta give them some credit.
Put some respect on their name.
I agree to that. But moving into Dom in the Judgment Day locker room, and Carlito and Finn, would ask, and JD all talk about Drew versus Finn. And then we'd see a Rey Mysterio action figure holding I'm a deadbeat dad sign. Fucking hilarious. Dom would tell the Judgment Day though that Liv was in there and she left the hotel room key, and Carlito go, "That's cool," and Balor would go, "That's not cool," and Finn and JD and Carlito are all kind of checking out the hotel room key.
There's like a bunch of fucking college kids staring at this thing. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Then we would go to see that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were both at Raw, which is pretty freaking dope, if I do say so myself.
Damn straight. Tag champs are here.
Yes, sir. But we cut to The Miz actively looking for R-Truth, because when bad things happen, when Truth is by himself, and we'd see him run into Sammy, but it would transition to Sammy running into Maxine and Tozawa and basically ask about them. He feels bad for them, making sure that they're all okay. And Sammy asked if they'd seen the footage from last week, and Maxine said yes. And Otis would walk in, apologize to Sammy, and Sammy's like, "Dude, you're cool. Don't sweat it. I get it. I can relate." But, he can relate because of his time in the bloodline. How Roman and all them always like do whatever. It was... It's very similar. And then Otis would think that he's... Situation. Yeah, oh, damn near, just different people. But Otis would think that he is nothing, and Sammy's like, "Dude, you're brainwashed. Like, you are fucking special, my guy. You are so good at what you do and who you are."
Hell yeah, let's go, Otis. Let's go, Otis. Free Otis, y'all.
Let's go, Otis.
Fuck Chad Gable, bro. I'm ready for this Otis turn to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need Otis.
Like this like Gable, or no, not Gable. Otis like face turn that they're teasing here with Sammy. Like I think it can get potential. Like we haven't seen Otis honestly this over and this like cheered for since before, like right before the pandemic era, when he was like involved in that whole Mandy Rose storyline.
Yeah,
and
he was
like everyone was cheering for him, bro. But then, like, after that, like, through the pandemic, he just completely lost all of his steam. And then afterwards, he just hasn't been the same. So, hell yeah, bro. Just capitalize on it. I just hope that WWE, like, doesn't miss the peak of when, like, we're all behind Otis right now. So we need to, like, pull the trigger on this at the right time. Like we did with Sammy at the Royal Rumble. That was the fucking perfect time for him to turn on Roman.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man, I hope Otis does something soon. We need to see something out of Otis. He needs to beat his ass.
Damn straight. Otis versus Gable feud potentially in the future.
I am in agreement to that. But we go to the Judgment Day and their locker room again, chatting it up. Damien would walk in and ask Dom about the beginning of Raw, like, why the fuck were you not with us? And what the whole fucking live deal is. And Dom also tries to defend himself, but he goes, but like the hotel room key is missing. Like no one knows what the fuck that thing is. But if you looked in the prior segments of this, Finn done snatched that hoe. Done snatched it.
Done snatched it. Like a little cartoon villain. It's fucking hilarious.
So I think Finn might be trying to save Dom by, fooling around with Liv.
Maybe.
But then we cut
See that happening.
Ludwig Kaiser. Basically talks about how much of a badass that he is, he's hyping himself up, whatever. And that the rise of Kaiser is on the way up, and soon we will all call him Mr. Money in the Bank.
Hell yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't like Kaiser's Mr. Money in the Bank. I kind of like him as Gunther's right hand man.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I'm fucking with right now. I don't really have much else for that. That's just a quick little promo.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move into the LWO and Braun Strowman versus the Judgment Day and Carlito. And in the entrance for the LWO, we saw the QR code. And during Braun's entrance, Pat would go, "That's one big son of a bitch." Braun's he used to be like fat, but now he's like jacked. Like dude is
Oh yeah, he's like a bodybuilder now.
And during that,
always has been, but he's fucking giant.
Michael Cole would mistake Ray for Dragon Lee, which we'd see the match start out with Braun starting the match, and JD McDonough runs away while Carlito tries to sneak attack him and tags in Dom, but Braun would tag in Ray, and Dom wanted nothing to do with his dad. So JD would tag in, and now the match really started. Ray would throw JD in the corner where he and Dragon Lee double teamed, and Dragon would get the tag in. Dom tags in after pulling Dragon down by his mask and takes control until Ray gets tagged in, and the luchadors go crazy with the double team moves on him. JD and Dom would catch a Rey Mysterio dive and used Ray as a weapon to hit Dragon Lee with, and dropped him on his face.
Drop him on his face.
After the commercial, Ray and Carlito are the legal ones, and Ray is getting torn apart by Judgment Day when he attempts to tag Braun Strowman and JD, pull him off the apron. JD would then catch Ray off a springboard moonsault and try to slam him, but Ray countered with a DDT. Dragon Lee would then get a hot tag from Ray and run wild on Carlito until the rest of the Judgment Day take him out. And after Dom hit Ray with the kick, Liv Morgan would show up.
Oh,
Liv would get knocked out on a Dom outside the ring by Zelina. And as Ryan has stated here, it's just not fair.
It's just not fair. McAfee on commentary was hilarious. Bro, oh my fucking god. He's like, she was straddling him, and Cole's like, no, he was like trying to fucking shoo it away, but he's like, she was straddling him! Straddling him!
Back in the ring. Braun would get the hot tag, and that big son of a bitch runs over everyone with the Strowman Express and lifted Dragon Lee to splash Carlito off his shoulders for the win, similar to what him and Ricochet used to do. And like we said, Liv Morgan would come out, and Dom would tell her to leave. Zelina would obviously, again, like I've stated, Liv would hit Jesus Christ, Zelina would hit Liv right onto Dom onto the floor, and Liv would sit back on Dom and start feeling up on him. And so Zelina would get the tag, or not the tag, again would attack Liv. And she would get, JD would get dragged away by, Liv would get dragged away by JD, telling her, like, dude, you need to chill the fuck out. And we'd see that Braun and Dragon Lee spot again, like I stated. and Ray would end up baseball slide kicking Carlito off the apron after the match. And like you said, and Pat would try to talk over Michael Cole about the diamond lift spot. It's straddling him, Cole.
Straddling him.
Oh man,
that was funny. I think there was a little bit of a mix-up earlier. I think the missing key card spot with Balor swiping happened later on in the show. That happened right before the main event, I'm pretty sure.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because in the later segment, Dom finds it in his waistband, and he goes, "I don't know how that got," because Damien was with him, and he's like, "I don't know how that got there, bro. I swear to God, I don't know how that got there." Then he places it on the table, and when they all leave for Finn's main event, that's when he swipes that little bitch.
Yeah, my fault.
No, that's all good.
But we see Ilya. We see Ilya video, and Ricochet would walk in and try to give advice to Ilya. And basically, Ilya's like, dude, I'm going to slay the beast because no one slays the dragon. No one slays the mad dragon. But,
bro, I'm so excited for this.
Ricochet would guarantee a rematch with Ilya, but he hasn't resigned.
Yeah? It could just be an empty promise at this point.
Yeah.
Just something to be like, oh, yeah, you and me got a round 2 coming eventually in the future. Because, like, I mean, they're both young stars at this point. Like, they both, like, can still go for a really long time. They're both phenomenal still. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they would eventually meet again in the future. But, dude, Ilya versus a Braun freaking Breaker. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dogs are barking versus the mad dragon.
We would end up cutting to another backstage segment with Io screaming, damage control has to change. That everything's happening basically is bullshit.
Did I hear something about her going down to NXT or something like that? I might be completely wrong on this.
Who, Io?
Io doing something in NXT or something like that? Or in another Japanese promotion? I'm going to look that up real quick.
I know Rebecca Quinn, or, Becky Lynch is supposed to, as Rebecca Quinn. AJ Styles is going to.
What's Becky Lynch doing?
Like, she's going to do some Noah wrestling match that.
Holy shit! I haven't heard anything about that.
It's like it. I think is what it is. That's what I saw, but
that's crazy. Good for Becky.
Yeah, we would actually end up move into Sami Zayn's cutting a promo, and basically he's talking about the past few weeks and Clash at the Castle, and that Sami is gonna put an end to Chad Gable's bullshit. And like this was the point of the show where I was trying to keep up with everything. Like I was saying with the whole like Braun Strowman match, I was trying to keep up with everything because of the QR code. I was actively looking at shit like that. But Sami would bring up Chad's name, and Gable comes out with the Alpha Academy, and Gable is instantly showered with "You suck" chants. And Chad's out there, talking. This is typical Sami Zayn, trying to tear it down. Everything I've built and be the superhero on someone else's story. And he goes, they, talking about Alpha Academy, trust their master. We are actually happy. And Sami's like, are you out of your damn mind? Do they even look fucking happy? And Sami was like asking the Alpha Academy if they're feeling happy. And then we start getting Otis chants. Otis. And then Sami would say, Chad doesn't care about you, but all these people do, talking about the fans. You won't be happy if you don't leave Chad Gable's sorry ass. And he would call, or Chad Gable would call the Alpha Academy family, and that he was going to release his version of Otis on Sami tonight, which would lead us into our match, Sami Zayn versus Otis. And almost instantly, Otis pushes, Otis will push Sami into a corner and immediately begins beating him down, listening to Gable when he says to keep hitting him. And Otis would splash Sami, but when Gable says to do a third, he stops, and Sami would hit. It distracted Otis with a haluva kick for the win, basically make it a quick match. Gable would cost Otis, and Gable would actually attack Sami after the match, and Gable would kick Maxine Antizawa out of the ring, And basically, it was kind of want Otis to take off Sammy's head, and Otis just wouldn't do it. And Gable starts smacking and pushing Otis around, and seeing Sammy stumble in the background. I don't know if you noticed that. Sammy just went from one side to the other side, stumbling.
Yeah. Sammy's so
And
good at selling
Otis-
shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Otis would get fired up and just smoke the fuck out of Sammy. And Otis, because when Otis was doing this, I think he was thinking about Gable, to be honest. And Gable just kind of sidestepped him and just went right into Sammy. And then Otis is visibly pissed, and he would stare down Chad Gable, and he would trap him into a corner, and he'd raise a fist to him. And then he's like, and he just storms off. He just kind of just like, you know what? Never mind.
Oh,
Same as
fucking
match.
Otis needs to kill this man.
Otis needs to get his hands on Gable and make this. We could. Oh my goodness, dude! You could do so much with Otis.
They can do a whole lot with Otis right now, and they can do a whole lot with fucking Gable too, especially if they do pair him with the Creeds. Like, it seems like they're heading in that direction once Alpha Academy actually implodes on itself now, and if we can get the fucking Perk Academy.
Give us Perk Academy.
I'd love that shit. It'd be so fucking good.
Yeah. Then we'd move into Miz still looking for R-Truth. He'd run into Natalya and Sonya asking where he was. And R-Truth would actually get a title match against the APA. Farouk and Bradshaw.
Farouk and Bradshaw.
Scarlett he obviously talking about AOP and Akam and Razar. But Scarlett would dap up R-Truth and give Miz a tarot card, I think, and it said death on the card. Meaning probably talking about they're probably going to lose their match tonight or that night or whatever.
Which is what I thought was going to happen, I swear to God. I was dead fucking convinced that the tag titles were changing hands on Raw.
I agree with that. Oh, man. Then we move into Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. And we see the tag team champions, sitting ringside, Zoe would throw her shirt at Bianca in her entrance, and then we'd see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn backstage and get asked about the opportunity they have in Scotland and basically kind of hyping up, Clash at the Castle. And then they would go into their match. But we see a Braun Breaker video promo going into the match. Nothing too crazy, just, hyping up, Braun Breaker. But going into the Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Isla Dawn would attack Zoe's knee immediately as the bell rings and take control, basically. Singling out Zoe with Alba. But basically, until then, Shayna would get tagged in and starts going ham after targeting Fire in Dawn's arms and locking locking Alba Fire in a Karakuda clutch for the W.
Just should have knocked her the fuck out.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the hype thing to help push them as a legitimate tag team.
Which is really interesting, like that they decided to do that on Raw, seeing as what happened at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. But we'd actually move into the Braun Breaker match versus Ilya Dragunov.
Oh yeah, baby!
And
it was nuts. This
Ilya
shit was
Braun,
hard as fuck.
Have history in NXT, and there's basically this is awesome chance throughout the match. But Braun would start, or both of them would start going off on each other with Ilya. Was this Ilya? Yeah. Chopping the fuck out of the badass and Braun throwing and overpowering the Mad Dragon himself. Ilya would then take control of Breaker and start kicking him in the corner, but after running for another, Breaker would stop him and throw Ilya into the ropes, which he bounces off and hurts his neck. But after we get back from commercial, a long shot followed these two trading shots, but Breaker gives Ilya a power slam to end it, targeting his neck. Ilya would somehow get momentum, or starts to get some momentum until Braun, from fucking nowhere, hits him with a knee, but Ilya would fire back with a Constantine special and hit a knee from the top rope. Ilya would then hit two German suplexes, but hurts his neck doing them and lifts Braun up in the air and adjusts his grip for a third German and bridging and turning it into a bridge pin. Ilya would stay on Breaker's ass, giving the Death Valley driver into the corner, and this crazy ass motherfucker hits a coast to coast from the top rope with a top rope senton for a near fall.
Ilya going crazy,
Ilya
bro.
was absolutely fucking
Ilya
running the
just don't know
ropes.
when to fucking
Dude.
stop.
Dude just fucking was going nuts. But Braun would fucking kill him with the Steiner line and went for a spear that Ilya countered with a knee and hit an H-bomb, but he could not get a cover because of his neck. After fighting on the announce table for a little bit, Braun would counter Ilya's suplex and goes after Ilya's ribs. And we get back in the ring after Ilya would try fighting back, but is broken in half by a spear. And he rolls out of the ring just so Braun can get enough momentum for another. When Ilya get back in the ring at the count of 9, only for Braun to just basically run the ropes and fucking murder him with the third spear for the win. He would get crazy eyes though, dude. And he started going nuts, and Ricochet would come to save Braun, or not Braun, fucking my bad, Ilya.
Mm-hmm. And this is where I thought that fucking Ricochet was gonna die at. I'm not gonna lie, because they had it set up so perfectly. They set up the angles in a really cool fake out spot in this, where Ricochet threw Breaker over the barricade, and he was next to Ilya, next to the barricade spot in the timekeeper area. It always gets broken and shit.
Yeah.
So I thought Breaker was just gonna spear them both through the barricade, and then just keep going after Ricochet. But nah, it just stopped after this one, but it definitely continued later on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Then we move into the Judgment Day again, and Damien wants to know about his key card, like the missing key card, whatever, like shit's missing. And Dom would end up finding it in his waistband, like you were saying it earlier. He finally gets that spot, and he places it there during the match earlier, maybe.
Like Liv did, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
With that, because yeah.
I must have missed this, but McDonough would say that it's evil, and Damien said basically this stuff with you and Liv, you have to put your foot down. And all fists were in the center as as a family, all of them. But we'd see Balor swipe the key card. This is actually the segment that was. I just completely spaced it. But Balor swiping the key card, like I said earlier, I think this is where we see Balor take the hit for the team, just so Dom doesn't lose Rhea.
I think so too. I think Balor is really trying to play the fall guy for Dom right now in this whole situation. And he's really just trying to cover for his ass while Dom is trying to play both sides, Liv and Rhea. Which is fucking dirty on Dirty Sanchez's part, bro. What the fuck? This fucking storyline, bro. I'm getting so invested in this shit. It's like some Jerry Springer type crap now.
And then we move into our World Tag Team Championship match. Awesome Truth versus AOP. And Kathy Kelly was with the Final Testament. And basically, this is a step in their ultimate vision. And maybe, just maybe, Woods will join us. Which moves us into our match. And Miz and Razor start off. And AOP would gain control as the commercial happens. AOP were still in control when we get back until the Miz can tag in Truth, who attempt to hit a double 5-knuckle shuffle with the Miz until Scarlett distracted them, and the ref allowing Karrion to trip them both. The New Day just randomly basically jumps Karrion Kross, helping the Awesome Truth, and as the ref would be distracted, Truth would hit Akam with the tag belt, and it basically didn't do jack shit. But that was distracting him long enough for Miz to hit the roll-up on Akam for the win, so we kept seeing our new tag team champions, the Awesome Truth. Not our still current tag team champions, Awesome Truth. Like I said, Truth would basically hit Akam with the championship while the ref was distracted, and we would end up seeing the New Day dancing at the top of the ramp and basically looking at Karrion Kross in the Final Testament.
Bro, like I said earlier, I was damn convinced that this is just when they were going to put the tag belts on AOP. Because that's kind of who I assume is going to win them next after R-Truth and The Miz. But maybe they're going to save that for PLE. Perhaps Money in the Bank.
Hopefully. We'll see.
I'd love to see something like that. Because I think AOP or maybe not deserves, but they need a tag title run now to cement them as a legitimate. If they're going to be like the second coming of the Road Warriors, yeah. Or Legion of Doom, sorry. Then yeah, they need to fucking kill some bitches and get some gold around their waist.
Mm-hmm. We would move into Ricochet, carrying Ilya, and Braun would just spear the fuck out of Ilya.
Yeah, murder,
Ricochet, Sam Braun would start fighting, and he would take Ricochet would take this nasty fall because Braun would end up throwing him into a trailer, but Ricochet's foot ended up getting caught on Braun's shoulder, and he just straight up landed on his back, gasping for air. And Ricochet would get picked up and get slammed onto a car from a production truck's ladder. And I'm basically asking, is this how, like I was saying earlier, is this how they write Ricochet off TV?
Pretty sure this is how they write Ricochet off TV. And I'm pretty sure CM Punk was pretty pissed off because I think that car had real glass on it. It's real cold crime here, river.
Probably.
But yeah, I do think that this was how they're writing Ricochet off TV. I think it's really unlikely that he does make another WWE appearance, because this just makes Braun Breaker look like a fucking killer, and it honestly gives us room to do another Ilya versus Breaker match because now they have a more personal reason for Ilya to really go after Breaker for revenge, as what he did to Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
And it even sets up a potential big boy feud for Braun Breaker with Braun Strowman, as Ricochet was his former tag partner, and they were still friendly after Braun Strowman made his return. So maybe we see Braun Strowman go after Breaker because he's like, bro, you took out my buddy. What the F? Now you're gonna deal with the big SOB.
Yeah, Braun doesn't like bullies.
I don't know.
But during commercials, Samantha would actually end up running to the back to go with her husband, and we'd actually come back from commercial and see that she's with Ricochet, and understandably, like, she wants to be with her husband. Like, she just watched him get his ass fucking beat. And she would end up going with him in the ambulance, but we would learn as the ambulance was leaving, Adam Pearce was not at Monday Night Raw. Pierce, where the fuck are you?
Pierce,
sideways.
You be doing your job, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Pierce needs to be doing his damn job, not doing his damn job.
You know who's pulling double duty at their job, though? Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee is pulling double duty, which moves us into our stipulation match for Clash of the Castle. If Drew wins, no Judgment Day at Clash of the Castle. If Finn wins, Judgment Day will be ringside at Clash of the Castle. So we move into Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. But as McAfee was just mentioned, he would end up pulling double duty to be a ring announcer too. And as he introduced Drew, he goes, "This big, handsome bastard from Glasgow, Scotland." And Drew has the biggest fucking smirk on his face.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I love this so much.
And when Finn came down, he goes, "Representing the bum-ass Judgment Day." Talking about Finn.
He said he somehow weighs 225 pounds with 0% body fat.
Which moves us into our match, and Drew and Balor would end up going back and forth, eventually spilling to the outside, where Balor would end up taking control and would start targeting Drew's elbow. And Drew absolutely just fucking throws and just absolutely yeet.
There was no yeet on this show, by the way. What the fuck?
Yeah, I did notice that. Drew would fucking yeet Balor over the announce table with a belly-to-belly suplex. And after the commercial, we'd come back to Balor going after Drew's elbow with some submissions. And Drew would lift Balor up in an armbar, go for a powerbomb and a neckbreaker, followed by a kip-up. Drew is just a badass.
The big, handsome son of a bitch.
He's big, handsome bastard from Glasgow,
Scotland. Big, handsome bastard is what he called him. My bad.
Balor would counter a Claymore with a sling blade and start drop-kicking Drew's arm and climb the ropes for a coup de grace, but Drew would meet him up there with a superplex and a Future Shock DDT. And then we'd see El Campeon start walking down the entrance ramp, and the rest of Judgment Day try and jump Drew, but he murks all of them off. He's him. And Balor would end up getting a shotgun drop kick and go for another coup de grace, but Drew rules away and hits the Claymore for the win.
For the fucking win.
And Carlito and McDonough got absolutely smacked by Drew McIntyre.
Straight up. Drew is just an absolute beast.
I definitely agree. Drew is the motherfucking dude. He's
The
a
fucking
dog.
dude. He's the dog. He's a big dog.
That's all I have for all the rounds. We're running Smackdown, baby.
Oh yeah. Y'all, we opened SmackDown with a fucking match. Like straight up, what the fuck? We got straight into, I think it was Bailey and Naomi versus no, it was just Naomi with Bailey at ringside versus Chelsea Green with Piper Niven. I forgot to mention, y'all, this was in fucking Glasgow, Scotland. We were in Piper's hometown. We were in the hometown, or not the hometown, I guess, but the town that Clash at the Castle will be hosted in. This was the night before the PLE. So this was a fiery, electric Scottish crowd. Not as fiery as France. I think France is just unbeatable at this point. But yeah,
France
we get into
shook the ring with 2,000 less people.
Yeah, we get into Naomi versus Chelsea Green. They started some fucking wrestling. While the Scottish crowd though, Bailey was ringside. We all know this. And in the UK, Bailey, no one's more over than Bailey.
Hey,
Hey,
Bailey.
Bailey.
I wanna
I
know if you'll be my girl.
girl. Bro, I love it. Bailey is so fucking over, and Naomi's just whooping Chelsea, and she even dances along to it. But Chelsea stops a dive from Naomi with a fucking just slap across the face, and Chelsea stays in control even after the commercial break until Naomi was able to fire back into this bitch with a dive and a top rope crossbody until Chelsea scored with a fucking missile drop kick. Chelsea's fucking cooking, y'all. Like, she gets shit for
Chelsea
being.
Green.
By the way, the new theme song, I forgot to mention that
New
shit.
theme? Low-key
New
badass.
theme for Chelsea. Fucking love it. Chelsea Green starts firing off, bro. But fucking Bailey over here, being a little bitch, pushes Chelsea's feet off the ropes after she tries to like use them for leverage on a pin, and she ends up like arguing and staring off with Piper on the outside, which didn't really lead to anything. But Naomi ended up countering an unprettier into a pin for the win, and it rhymes. So y'all, it's the time, and it was just fucking good. That's all I got. I can't really add any more to it. I can't rhyme anymore. But I thought this was really great seeing fucking Piper in her hometown. I love the UK crowd cheering for Bailey all the time like that. It's fucking great. I even forgot to mention like beforehand, Chelsea fucking had a little promo being all, your hometown hero is here. And something about Naomi being her little glowy girlfriend.
Pretty sure.
Hell yeah. But we cut backstage to, who was it? Baron fucking Corbin? What the fuck? And Nick Aldis backstage, and he just goes, I want to thank you for all the opportunities and shit. And he talks about how he went to NXT and rebuilt himself when Legado del Fantasma walked in. Bro, Nick, what is this shit? Is this a charity thing? Bro, what the fuck? And
Is it a charity event?
Is this a charity event? And Nick Aldis brings up that they were all fined for what happened to Apollo Crews. And next time the final is going to be like the least of their worries. And Apollo Crews, he's clear for action. And he and Santos are going to be having a match later on tonight.
A word.
Fuck yeah, bro. Love seeing Apollo Crews still on TV. And Baron Corbin back on TV. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving that shit too, dude.
I know, yeah, we all.
My bad. I just got some Cheez-Its. Not sponsored.
We love cheeses, bro. But this moves us right into the Grayson Waller effect with their guests, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. And as this happened, we got a QR code, and QR code was a countdown, and it was only, I think at the time, it was only like 2 or 3 days away because this was on Friday. But, bro, as soon as this started, Scotland booed the fuck out of Grayson Waller as soon as he starts talking. And he's like, y'all, this place is so depressing. Not even fake plants can grow here. After Austin Theory's like, bro, where's your plants at? Bro, they just, even Scotland, they just started their like obnoxious, like, I think they're funny, but they're singing like just loud chanting. He's like, bro, I speak English. I can't tell what you're saying, as he's talking this dumbass Australian accent. But here comes DIY down the ramp, and they just immediately start rearranging furniture, throwing shit out of there, getting it out of here. Bro, they only had one chair for these fools, and it costed apparently like $5,000. Waller said, expensive little fucking chair. But Ciampa don't play those games, y'all. DIY and A-Town Down Under, bro, they need to have this match. I'm excited for it. But they start talking about the matches that they've had in the past, and they bring up the incident last week, and they show footage of when Waller pulled Theory into the dive in Waller and Gargano's match last time. And Waller just immediately starts changing the topic. He's like, bro, y'all didn't bring up the fact that I won that match, right? But let's not talk about that, because this team, like, I started this show before I even had Theory on my side. So, like, he doesn't even need to be on all this.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. But, like, Austin Theory eventually starts talking, but, like, Waller, like, just starts talking over him. Like, Theory doesn't even get a word in on this shit. And Ciampa's even like, Daddy says you can't talk, basically. And Gargano eventually cuts off Waller when he's just rambling, talking his shit. You know, Waller, he's just a fucking annoying little asshole. Gargano says, bro, shut the fuck up. I want to talk to you, Theory. Because he talks about their history together, and he believes in Austin Theory, and it kills Gargano to see Theory the way he is now, being used by Waller. And Waller basically just sneak attacks him while Gargano's trying to talk, and Theory gets super kicked to save Waller. This time he actually pushed him out of the way. He wasn't pulled in the way, which I thought was interesting.
I do like how Gargano subliminally brought up their old faction together in NXT, because he was in the faction with it was DIY, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Austin Theory, and it was Dexter Lumis.
And from NXT, right?
Yep, I think there's a little subliminal way that he just brought that up.
Oh, maybe some way. It definitely would make sense them wanting to call in history like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
But we do cut backstage to the Street Profits talking with Kevin Owens in the back after we get told that we're getting Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa in a singles match tonight in our main event. And the Profits talk about how for their first title win, Kevin Owens was there. And they all got a lot in common. Like, you know, they're both on Smackdown. They both go to cookouts. And they all hate the bloodline, bro. What more do you need? They can all be best friends now. Straight up. And then they start doing this little fucking song. They're like, we got y'all back.
Got your back. Hey, we got your back. Hey, we got your back. Hey, we.
I love Kevin Owens' reaction. He's just like, bro, I love Chance. This is the best. This is fucking awesome. Kevin Owens is just such a great character. It's so dumb and so simple, but I love it. But we do stay backstage with Waller and Theory walking, and in just a quick little cut, we got Naomi and Bayley walking backstage. But at the same time as all this is happening, we got a second QR code. Like, I'm sorry, what?
This was it was a timer again, but it was as if we were at Clash of the Castle.
Bro, yeah, it was crazy as fuck. Like, these QR codes, it's about to pop the fuck off.
And you're seeing as time goes on, these QR codes are actually like insanely huge.
Bro, straight up. Hold on, I accidentally closed the dock.
Very good.
What the fuck? All right, there we go. But yeah, backstage with Naomi and Bayley, they basically they were talking backstage when Chelsea Green walks up and starts mocking them and shit, and basically is just talking her shit until Piper Niven walks in, shoves them both into the wall, like just lays them both the fuck out like a badass she is. And she goes, "Welcome to Glasgow." I did a horrible Scottish accent in that term. But whatever. We're moving on to Santos Escobar with the LDF Legado del Fantasma versus Apollo freaking Crews. Like, I said it once already, like, I'm happy Apollo's getting on these fucking shows again. And, like, he deserves the fucking ring time and the showtime.
I can see him do the United States championship.
Straight up, there's no reason not to. Like, give him a good, like give him a good gimmick, give him a good feud. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo, though, like, he showed off in this match. He immediately fires out the gate with fucking tons of suplexes and shit, bro, on this man. Like, Santos, of course, drop kicks into the outside, but before the rest of LWO could get involved, like, looked like they were about to jump his ass. Who comes out? Baron fucking Corbin to a monster pop, by the way, and starts just beating the fuck out of, I can't remember the cronies' names in Legado del Fantasma, but the other two.
Alberto.
Yeah, them two. And just throws them the fuck out of here, and that distracts Santos long enough for Apollo to get a bit of an advantage. He ends up lifting Santos over his head with a fucking press and doing a standing moonsault like usual. Bro, man goes crazy. After the commercial, Santos is back in control, though. I don't even know how the fuck it happened. I don't even think it got told to us. But Cruz was able to escape some kind of a submission that he was using to do a hip toss and just start suplexing the fuck out of this man. He's about to take Suplex City from Brock Lesnar.
Agreed.
But Santos from out of nowhere, bro, I love it. Need him right in the fucking gut after he jumps off the top rope. Popped up DVD, a Death Valley driver, though, from Apollo Crews, because that dude is just motherfucking strong. Like, comes from fucking nowhere. But on the outside, bro, the entire time during this match, I also love the fact that everyone was chanting for Baron Corbin. I can't even remember the chant they were doing, but they were going nuts for my man out there at ringside. But Legado del Fantasma on the outside attacks my man Baron on the of course. This distracts the referee, so Electra Lopez, after Apollo climbs to the top rope to go for like a splash or something, just shoves him off the top rope. This lets Santos Escobar pin him for the fucking win like a little rat he is.
Oh, rat ass bitch.
Little rat ass bitch. I fucking loved it though. I was super excited. I fucking loved seeing Baron Corbin get absolutely monstrous cheers for him, because like everybody on this, like they had a fucking song for every other superstar on the roster. But after this we move into Cody Rhodes cutting a promo about his Clash at the Castle match with AJ Styles. I almost said Drew McIntyre by accident. But the sad part about all this, there's no pyro. No pyro for Cody's entrance. It just feels un-American. Like, what in the actual fuck? He's supposed to be the American Nightmare. And they pull a France, but not as cool when they start singing Cody's song to him as he's walking down. But Cody starts off by saying, no one wants to be the guy who overstays his welcome. The guy who needs one more match, one more run. But guess what? AJ, he's kind of looking like that guy at this point. And after this is when Scotland starts singing his song, which I freaking love. They start going, Cody Rhodes! Cody Rhodes! I freaking loved it. It was nuts. And he goes, it is impossible to make Cody Rhodes say, I quit, which is when AJ Styles' music hits and he comes out with the OC right behind him, and Mans gets showered in boos. Like, straight up, as soon as he starts talking, he immediately gets drowned out by them singing Cody's name and then just booing the fuck out of him. It was great. He starts bragging about how he was able to trick Cody and how easily it is to get him worked up and how easy it is to get him mad and fucking how easy it was to get another title match out of him. But the crowd just won't let this man speak. It's like Dominic on most nights where they're just drowning him out.
Fucking insane.
I'm so upset Dominic didn't get out in front of this crowd for a promo and just get his ass booed out of the building.
Oh my god, dude, he wouldn't be able to say a damn word. The mic wouldn't be able to be raised. He'd just be booed instantly.
Be awesome. But Cody fires off at AJ, because this whole time AJ's saying all this from the entrance ramp. He goes, why are you so far away? How about you leave Horace and Jasper behind and come face me man to man? Which is when AJ, of course, he ain't going to take that shit. He sends the OC to the back, and of course, he goes right into the ring. He goes, you want to talk man to man? And this is, of course, fucking Scotland won't let him talk, which when we got the new thing, which I really like, the DBA reader, the decibel counter, and it read the fucking high 80s, low 90s, which is just how loud this crowd is being. Because fuck AJ.
Oh, fuck AJ.
Hell yeah. He goes, Cody, we are nothing alike. You know that, right? It took me 17 years to get here, and he did it all himself, not accepting any WWE offers. Which apparently is referring to like Little Fish Big Pond promo from his feud with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 36.
The big fish little pond promo. Where you guys, you're nothing but
We're
being comfortable in
always-
a big fish in a little pond.
Yeah. Which, fired off on him there. But
I'm down.
AJ, bro, I love this part of the promo. AJ goes, Cody, you always quit. You quit WWE, then you went to New Japan, and you quit New Japan Pro Wrestling, then you went to Ring of Honor, and you quit Ring of Honor, then you and your buddy started up another company, you quit that too, and you came back here. When the going gets tough, Cody Rhodes gets going. Ooh, I thought that was fire as fuck, the way he just brings up AEW without actually bringing it up.
That was insane.
Bro, but Cody goes, no. I left to chase something greater and to bet on myself. He wasn't content on just staying where he was at. He needed to chase absolute greatness. He talks about how he idolized AJ Styles, and if anyone is going to, if anyone quit, you quit on yourself. He said this to AJ. And you had to pretend to be Mark Henry in order to get another fucking title shot at it. The phenomenal one has become the resentful one, dropping bars on this dude. AJ, of course, tries responding to this, but Scotland keeps on drowning him out. But eventually he's able to say, I'm done when I say I'm done. And he brings up Rollins versus Rhodes, Hell in a Cell, his torn titty, about how tough Cody is. But guess what? AJ isn't Seth Rollins. And even though you beat Seth Rollins, I ain't him. Even though Seth Rollins did beat AJ Styles. But we're not going to talk about that. And AJ will do whatever it takes to beat Cody for that title. AJ says saying I quit will be a gift for him on Saturday. This was a pretty fire promo. AJ popping off on him.
They cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Respectfully cooked.
Both respectfully cooked. We do cut backstage after this.
Fuck.
I'm sorry?
Their matches cook.
Oh, their match is cooked. Fire as fuck. We'll talk about that on the post Clash at the Castle show. So stay tuned for that, y'all. We do cut backstage to Kathy Kelly with the Street Profits in a little stairwell. And Kathy asks if the Street Profits meant to insert themselves into the Owens and Bloodline feud. And the Profits go, bro, man, we always do. Like, as soon as they start talking, like, of course we meant to. Who comes in? The fucking Bloodline. Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, the fucking God just wreck these fools as Solo walks across the screen like a mob boss. And Kevin Owens comes running down the stairs trying to get at him, but of course fucking security's there and blocks him off. Where were y'all when the Bloodline were there? You couldn't hold back them?
Yeah, for real.
Little bitches. We did get a little hype video for
now.
Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark after this, though. Nothing special. It was just them saying, we gonna win the tag belts. Which now we know is a fucking lie. Which neck out.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Sorry. Read something wrong there. We then cut to Nia Jax versus Michin in the ring with who's on commentary? It's Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time.
Friggin' love Tiffany Stratton, but yeah, like I just said, Nia Jax versus Michin after all the shit that they've been talking to each other over the past few weeks. Bro, before this match even starts, Michin dives onto Nia Jax outside of the ring. And once the match actually starts to get going, Michin tries to go after her hard, but literally, I'm not even kidding, hits her fucking finisher, the eat defeat thing, and sends her out of the ring, but it doesn't even fucking knock her off her feet. Like, what the fuck? We didn't give Michin anything in this match. But outside the ring, Tiffany just throws water on her face after they get into an argument, and Michin throws Tiffy over the announcer's table. The princess of Friday Night Smackdown, how dare she, no matter how good of a necklace that she wears.
Agreed.
Nia runs Michin over back inside the ring and hits the Annihilator for the motherfucking win. I think this was just a good way to give Nia a quick win, as she is the new queen of Friday nights.
Yeah. Wade Barrett kind of dick rode her, though. I'm not going to lie.
Man, I would too. Bro, I fucking love Tiffany Stratton. Oh, you know what I mean.
Tiffany time.
It's Tiffany time. Well, yeah. We do cut backstage to Jackie Redmond with Kevin Owens, as she's like, bro, what's going to happen? Profits ain't going to be with you. You know, how are you going to fight him? But Owens don't give a fuck. Owens has been fighting the bloodline. He fought the OG bloodline. Now he's fighting the bootleg bloodline, and he's fought him for months, years at this point. He don't give a fuck. He'll keep fighting him on his own. It's Kevin fucking Owens, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, don't he? Oh my, yeah. Now we cut into the best fucking part of the show.
That's honestly probably my favorite segment.
Best part of the fucking show, I swear to God. We cut to Logan Paul at the Tetris World Tournament, where of course he lost. His fuck you, Paul. And Paul walks inside of his own house in Puerto Rico, and his butler or something walks up and he's like, "Hey, yo, bro, your boy from LA's here." And he's like, "Bro, my boy from LA? What you talking about?" So they start walking through the house, and Logan Paul starts going, no, which is when the camera pans to the pool, and who is sitting in a floaty in their swimsuit? LA Knight, yeah. What's he doing? He's sitting in a floaty, yeah. He goes, "Welcome home, champ, yeah." Bro, these two just start yapping shit at each other. It's the best ever. LA Knight randomly takes a phone call and just starts mugging off Logan Paul in his own pool. And he's all of a sudden hangs it up and he's like, "I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave. But guess what? I'll see you next week in Chicago. Yeah, and bring that U.S. title with you." Yeah. LA Knight, as his whole gimmick, should just be home invading people.
Yeah.
I loved this. This is fucking hilarious. Yeah.
I did too. It was honestly probably my favorite.
And LA Knight definitely needs that title.
LA Knight moment so far.
I think you mentioned something interesting about LA Knight having a match at Money in the Bank first and then doing a rematch at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, basically it'd be Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the U.S. title. And Logan would only win because his jabronis would be there. But when we get to SummerSlam, it's going to be LA Knight versus Logan Paul again. And it's basically going to be Logan's jabronis banned from ringside, and LA Knight's going to go absolutely wild on him.
Bro, I love that.
But I think at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank, we're going to see the BFT get hit and Logan's going to kick out. And then we get to SummerSlam, I think we're going to see LA Knight's new finisher, and he's going to win that for the win. Because LA Knight's BFT right now is not really anything. It's like a front face DDT.
I agree. I don't like the BFT as a finisher. He needs a new finisher.
I do like him as a superstar. Yeah.
Let me talk to you. Well, I love the idea of him getting screwed over or losing his first match at Money in the Bank, because this gives both of them an actual feud to sink their teeth into over the next few months and weeks. Yeah. But this segues perfectly into Carmelo Hayes talking his shit in the stands, talking about that weak ass Aladdin line from LA Knight. And dude, he goes, some dudes will do anything for clout. He even talked about how fucking LA Knight went all the way to Puerto Rico to talk shit to Logan Paul instead of going to fucking Scotland, which I don't blame him. Fucking Puerto Rico's a lot better than Scotland. Fucking fight me. But, you know, Melo doesn't chase opportunities because opportunities chase him. H-I-M. Melo has an opportunity to be in Money in the Bank next week as a qualifier match, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And Melo should win that. I wouldn't be against Melo being in that match. I don't think he should win the briefcase.
Melo in the Bank.
Melo in the Bank.
Yes, sir.
Melo in the Bank. But we do cut backstage to the Bloodline again. Fucking so loud. We got I think it was it all 4 of them? But I can't remember. But they run into Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis goes, "Y'all, the bloodline is barred from ringside tonight. And if Aldis sees Tama or Tonga anywhere, nothing's allowed. Entire bloodline is banned from SmackDown, and except for Paul Heyman apparently, which is weird. So Paul Heyman goes, Solo, if you lose this match, you got a band of killers on your side right now, and if you lose, they aren't gonna respect you, and they aren't gonna listen to you or none of this at all." And Solo goes, "No, you wrong. Because if I lose tonight, I'm coming after you, wise man." Like, bro, why are you going after Paul? Leave my man alone.
Bro, he's supposed to have a match against Tama Tonga last week, and it didn't happen.
Bro, right straight up. Like, what
Bro,
the
you
fuck?
know what's fucked, though?
What?
For this whole thing with Solo and Roman to work, when Roman returns, Solo needs to beat the fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah, Solo definitely does. That's the weird thing about it. Is that Roman has to lose when he comes back immediately so that he can have a reason to reunite with the Usos.
That's exactly what, it's all fucked. But it's worth.
Is worth. But then outside on the entrance ramp, Jackie Redmond introduces Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, and basically just hyping themselves up for Clash at the Castle. Video would have been cooler, apparently.
That's what I said. I think a promo video would have been a lot cooler, to be honest. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just the right move to get them out in front of the hometown. They're the hometown girls, apparently, or they are, not apparently.
Yes, they are.
But this does move us right into our main event: Kevin Owens, Solo freaking Sikoa. I'm excited about this match. These guys have apparently really fucking good chemistry. I didn't realize it. So Owens, bro, immediately goes after Solo and stomps him into the corner just like a rabid fucking animal. And in every match, bro, every match Kevin Owens is involved in, immediately goes after the Prime Station, throws him into that, lays him out on the floor, and hits a frog splash off the apron onto the floor, which brings us straight into the commercial. Right fucking back after that, though, Solo's fighting back into the match by throwing KO into ring steps, while Paul looks like he's having a panic attack the entire time. I loved his facial reactions this whole fucking thing. But KO moves out of the way of a Solo hip attack to start gaining momentum until both end up on the top rope when Kevin Owens hits a tornado DDT on this little dude. And we want Roman chants ring out after Solo hits a Samoan drop, and they start cooking, y'all. KO ends up slipping out of a spinning Solo as they trade super kicks until Owens gets the better, hitting a cannonball and a swanton bomb, causing Paul to absolutely freak the fuck out. Solo, though, he's able to fight back in. He drops Owens into the ring apron before another commercial break. This was a long match. Loved it. After the break, though, Solo is thrown off the top rope, and KO hits the frog splash for a near fall, and Paul makes a new meme face, I swear to God. Someone needs to clip it. I can't even
Paul is going through so much right now.
He's going through a lot emotionally right now.
He is, yes, 100%. He needs his tribal chief. He's going to lose his mind.
Bro, back into it, though. Corey Graves drops some, funny-ass shit, you're going to have to, look out for the Willy Wonka experience, the unknown in it or something about that when he was talking about Solo Sikoa going crazy in this match. Because that all happened in Scotland. It was funny as fuck. I thought it was just an internet meme. But as Solo scores a massive spinning Solo for a 2 count, Solo's able to get back up, hit a second spinning Solo, but Kevin won't stay down. Fight, Owens, fight, y'all. Solo gets his knees up from a swanton bomb, but misses with another fucking spike, eating a stunner, and I thought that was the match. But Paul put Solo's foot on the rope, saving his own life in the process. Bro, I loved it. And he looked so conflicted. You could tell Paul didn't want to do it.
He was upset.
He didn't want to do it, but he didn't want to die either. But Kevin Owens didn't understand that. He starts going after Paul on the outside, gets him pinned against the apron, and man starts clearing the announce table like he's going to put Paul through it. And straight up, I thought it was going to go down, but Solo's able to stop him, hitting him with a spike, rolling him into the ring, hitting a second spike on him, and that was it, done and over with. But that wasn't the end of it, though, because the Bloodline comes out and they start mauling Kevin Owens after this. And man, the biggest pop of the night soon followed as I hear voices in my head rings out, and Randy Orton makes the save, fighting off the Bloodline to close the show.
Maui returned and kicked ass.
Straight up. Love
But
seeing
Taco Bell
Randy.
absolutely ate an RKO just to save Solo.
Hell yeah. I fucking
Never lie.
love seeing Randy come back.
I agree. I mean, I think Randy needs to do something soon. But I will get more into that into Clash of the Castle post show.
Hell yeah, y'all. Stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir. But this are you? Is there anything else you got for SmackDown?
Nope, I am finished with SmackDown.
Let's move right to Uncle Howdy. This
This is
week,
the last
I
time.
kind of yes. This could be potentially the last time we see him.
Well,
the
on
QR code
this
was,
like segment.
or yeah, or
That's
like
what
the
I'm
QR
talking
code
about.
essentially is. The QR code would be URL name was Exordium, and it's a beginning or introduction, especially to a discourse composition. Don't really know. We see the Nightbird at the top. It takes you to their journal, and Pluto would take you back to the recapitulation link. And this is how this is what it looked like. This is what the page looked like. So like I said, Nightbird at the top, and they said you refuse salvation. And there was a countdown. It was kind of glitching out, but when I put this, it was 6 days, 23 minutes, or 23 hours, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Now it's literally less than a day. I actually have it up right now. It's 22 hours. No, 21 hours, 35 minutes, and about 15 seconds. But and then the bottom it said the reckoning is inevitable. Reckoning being in red. Plutos were drawn everywhere in the background, but the image name of the Pluto link that you could click for a recapitulation was Rebirth. Don't know if we can do something with that. That's like the Rebirth of Uncle Howdy and the new Wyatt Six.
Yeah, like the rebirth of
what
this
would
whole
now be the new
idea.
Wyatt Six with the rope. Yeah,
Hell yeah, I'm down for it.
but like I said, Nightbird will take you to the journal, which will give us a new entry, and it would be titled "Consequences." I reached out my hand, offered salvation. They buried their heads in the dirt. Pathetic. Hide while you can. Soon your eyes will boil as you witness. But we have become the prophecy fulfilled. The sky turned to blood. Do not fight. Drown in your entropy.
I'm drowning your
It went
entropy.
from good. It went from good to like evil.
Yeah, like
my
malicious, basically.
Yeah. Source code would be Nightbird, but going back to the journal entry, we would see that, and I was just very, very confused. I guess more people. I think more as more people and time goes on, more people are going to get upset about this whole idea, and it not coming to vision. But now it finally is moving us into SmackDown. We see Exordium again. It would be Exordium number 2, and we again Nightbird logo would be there. But the countdown was there as well. But you click the Nightbird, you scroll to the bottom of the screen. There's a recycle bin, and it asks you for a password. And if you clicked hint, the password was thank you. And when you click the recycle bin, a bunch of notes were everywhere. As you can see, I put them in here for you to see, so you can visibly see these, because these are supposedly what their masks are supposed to look like. So Uncle Howdy's, or no. So there was these links. My bad. I'm overdoing it real quick. There was these links. It was UEDNJ5, very similar to the links we saw from the very first QR code when it was UEDNJ51A, whatever it was. But as you see pictured here, like there's E or UED and J, obviously representing the members of the new Wyatt Six, Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, and Joe Casey.
Mm-hmm.
But this first one, it kind of like you can see like there's like a rabbit mask or something in the top right ish with help written all over it. And we've seen similar notes with do you want to meet them, set them free, and then all the drawings of little stick figures, and then the red circle with cut in half.
Mhm.
D was this weird like wasp type looking mask up here on the top right, I think is what it was. I don't really know what that could be. I don't know if Dexter Loomis once wore a mask very similar to that, because I don't even think Eric Rowan's gonna have his. I think it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I think they're all gonna
But-
have new masks and new looks and shit.
The only one I think is gonna keep his mask though is Joe Gacy, or keep a similar mask he used to, or he wore at least once or twice. Then we get the N, be a veiled nun, and then we see the White Rabbit picture there on the bottom right. Kind of, I think it's to show like it's Bray's legacy. They're reliving it, and Bray's really the one in control, and they're using his spirit as the true master.
Yeah, I like that.
Then we'd see Jay. It'd be like a pig type gas mask, and you remember when John or Dean Ambrose had that gas mask he wore?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of his. So, as a joke, I'm asking, do we see John Moxley joining the Y6?
So, as not a joke, I would love to see it.
Honestly,
Put him
I
in
would
there,
too.
make him spooky, fuck all the blood. Want to see John Moxley
Agreed.
lean fully into a Wyatt 6 character.
Yes. And then number 5, we'd click it, and it would be a image with 6/17/24. Again, June 17th. It's Monday Night Raw. At the time of recording this, tomorrow they're in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Shit.
And then under the note it said, "You will behold what we have become, seeing these new characters." They're here. They're
So
coming.
excited.
Let's fucking do this shit. Give me the new White 6.
Did you read what
I'm
they
excited.
put next to the circle note? When they read, when the circle was broken, they were let loose, no direction, lost and confused.
Yeah, that was on an older
Was that on an
QR code.
older one?
It was on an older one. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bro, I'm excited as fuck for this. It's happening tomorrow. I'm so excited because of my job. I'm not able to watch, or I'm so upset. Because of my job, I'm not able to watch it live. So I've got to turn off all social media notifications and shit until I get home from my job and I can actually watch it. The entire time I'm gonna be so excited. I'm gonna be so excited for this shit.
The countdown is the beginning of Raw, but I think that's just because it's to the start of Raw. Okay, so now it's gonna happen Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
I think we see something probably at the end.
Yeah, I
of
feel
Monday Night Raw. I don't know, or it just plays throughout the night. We get their vignettes that they have.
Dude, maybe they take over just the entire show as it goes on.
Yes,
There's,
that's what I'm thinking.
there's so much shit that they can do.
But I did want to point out, as I think I'm give or taking this as just the give or take. This has been 76 days since our first QR code.
76.
So I would like to point that out.
We've been in it for the long haul.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, it's all about to pay off though. I'm excited for it.
Yes, I am too. I am done though. I don't have anything else, Ryan. You got anything else?
No, I ain't got too much else to add. I'm just fucking pumped for this shit. Like, Clash at the Castle was a fucking banger. I'm excited for the Wyatt 6 to come out. Like, let's fucking get it. I got nothing else. You ready for me to close it out?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the AR Wrestling Podcast. Catch us on Twitter at AR Wrestling and Instagram at AR Wrestling _. Wait, did I forget the underscore in our Twitter? Or is there meant to be?
No, yeah, you missed them both. It's Twitter. Okay. Ryan, no. I have it written down exactly how it is.
I do not remember an underscore being in our Twitter, but our Twitter is at Wrestling _. Oh, that would be cool. And Instagram at AR _Wrestling _. Thank you, y'all, and we will catch y'all in the Clash at the Castle review show. Thank you. Yep. All good.